All right, so we have done some monthly air cargo reports and some quarterly reports. We're going to take a look back at the third quarter, what happened with air cargo. It was, here again, crazy. We've got the reopening of America going on, and really the whole globe. So we have a great reopening going on over there where it's talking about a few things. But what goes on? Well, we've got about a 16.6% decline in cargo ton kilometers. Okay, so that's a pretty steep decline, but it's up a good bit from our low point in April of a 26% decline. So what's going on with these numbers? Well, one of the big contributing factors to this is capacity is still crazy low, primarily because of international flights all over the world have been grounded. So typical international passenger flights are dropping like crazy. So let's look down here at United Airlines as an example. Their cargo revenue is up almost 50% for the third quarter, a 50% increase from 2019. Their passenger revenue down 84%. Don't know how long they're going to be able to float through all that. That's crazy. So typically, they're getting about 3% of their operating revenue from cargo. Well, in the third quarter of 2020, they're getting 25.6% of the revenue from cargo revenue, which is crazy. These are historic changes going on in front of us within the span of like 3 months. It's just unheard of. The other thing that's going on is it seems like air freight is losing market share to the ocean freight. So we've got a significant shift because of the capacity constraints of some percentage of the air freight's getting shifted over to ocean. We've got a consistent amount of capacity coming online through dedicated cargo airlines. So let's take a look at the Memphis airport and look at some of these air cargo swings. So we're recording today live from Memphis. So we're probably less than just a half mile or so from the actual Memphis airport. Well, what happened? Well, we're the home of FedEx, and our airport cargo is up 18% for the year. Primarily, I'm sure, driven by, if y'all been watching FedEx, they're going crazy. E-commerce demand and other things going on in the retail space, where now things are shipping through different mediums rather than going straight into the stores. Contrast that with like Singapore. Singapore's airport, their cargo is down 30%. A lot of this is due to like some of these major airports around the world have crazy strict travel restrictions on them. So there's very little travel going in and out of some of these major Asian airports. So the other thing that's going on is this slower recovery in the air cargo seems to be driven by these capacity constraints. So we're still down 24% in capacity, as well as the cost, because with capacity down so much, air freight rates have gone up, and they're going up at a pretty significant rate in the spot market. What's interesting about this is some lanes are fairly resilient. For instance, the Asia-North America lane, over the last quarter, volumes are actually up by 7%. So this is a worldwide problem, but then in certain specific lanes, we're seeing that there's a huge demand in North America, primarily the USA here, for Asian products. So the imports are coming in like crazy. So what have we got going on for the rest of the year? Well, we know we're in the middle of this great reopening. So you got rebounding business and consumer confidence. At the same time, we've got inventory to sales ratios at historic lows. I mean, they're close to like the 2008, 2009 levels of the Great Recession. So what does this mean? Well, what it means is inventory levels are crazy low compared to sales revenues. So we've got crazy low inventory. We're going into a holiday season of traditional kind of fourth quarter type peak season, as a lot of people call it, in the shipping season. It looks like to us that that'll blow right through the end of the year and transition into first quarter of next year. All I can tell you is hold on. If you've ever ridden on one of those planes where the bottom falls out or you take off, it looks like 2020 is still not done yet, and we got to figure out what's going to happen for the next 2 or 3 months. So we're going to try to get back to y'all with some useful information here in the next 2 or 3 months. Thanks for listening.